Hey, it's me, Gigi. Welcome to my channel or welcome back. If you're cruising out of Florida and your departure port is Port Canaveral, you want to watch this video. We took an 8-day cruise aboard the Sky Princess, the Love Boat. The islands we visited were St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Island, St. Martin, San Juan, Puerto Rico, Grand Turk, the Turks and Caicos Islands. We booked a room in Melbourne, Florida at the Courtyard Melbourne West. This hotel was about 40 to 45 minutes away from Port Canaveral. We booked the King Suite guest room. It came with a mini fridge, had a coffee, tea maker, alarm clock, sofa, ironing board, all the normal things that you would normally see in a hotel room at the Courtyard. As you can see by the pictures, the property is beautiful. I wish we had gotten there earlier to take advantage of the hotel's amenities and to also explore Melbourne. The hotel has a bistro on site and has breakfast options. Now, if you are paying the regular price, the breakfast was included. However, since we were there under the cruise rate, the breakfast was not included. To receive the cruise rate, we simply had to inform the front desk of our cruise line and our departure date. And then, honey, the next morning it was time for us to roll out so we could ship out. And we took the scenic route. We saw beautiful parts of Florida on the scenic route. We passed by Patrick's Air Force Base, and then the scenic route took us through Cocoa Beach. And we also saw the famous Raja Surf Shop on this route. And then we started seeing signs for Port Canaveral, and I got really excited. And then it happened. I saw a ship off in the distance. Oh, baby. I told my husband, go fast. If you're like me, you like to know what to expect when you go on a trip. So when it comes to the directions and getting to the port, I'll make sure that I slow down like now so that you can see the signs. So you'll have an idea of what to expect once you get to port. We received an email letting us know what time to be at the port and which terminal to go to. So we took the Sky Princess, and as you can see, the Sky Princess is listed here on the sign, and we're at Terminal 6. So you'll just simply follow the signs. And they're very, as you can see, informative about where each of the ships are located and which port you need to go to or which terminal you need to go to. So as you can see, we're getting there. We're turning in. There is plenty of parking. Even if the garage gets full, I think they open up another area where you can go to park, because we were on the very top of our parking garage, and we were early. The cruise passengers that were on the ship before us had not gotten to their cars to leave yet. Here's a little more information about transportation and parking at the port. So there's easy access by way of State Road 528, which is also known as the Beeline Expressway. There is on-site secure cruise parking available in the garage and surface lots. Ride shares, shuttles, and private transfers are widely used, and many cruisers fly into the Orlando International Airport, which is not too far away, anywhere between 45 minutes to maybe an hour, depending on traffic. And there's also the Melbourne Orlando International Airport, which is about 40 minutes away as well. Now, after you drop your luggage off with the porters, please make sure you tip them. It's going to be time to go park. And baby, when I say it's time to go park, I mean it's time to go pay and park. I'm slowing this down intentionally. Our cruise was 8 days, so we had to pay to park for 8 days. Yes, that was fees and taxes and all included, which came out to, I think, $24 per day. Here's a gorgeous view from the top of the parking garage. Look at our matching shirts. Yeah, isn't that cute? There she is. That's the boat we're taking today. We're getting on the Sky Princess. Ah! From here, we met up with my friend Sonia and her fiance Ray. They invited us on this cruise, and man, did we have a good time. They are a lot of fun. We enjoyed different ports of call together and had fun on the ship too. Here, we're just standing in line, waiting to go into the terminal. Fun facts about Port Canaveral. Port Canaveral is one of the busiest cruise ports in the entire world, and it consistently ranks in the top 3 globally, right alongside the Port of Miami. So we have our medallions. We are getting ready to go through the port. Keith got his medallion too. When I was a child, I watched The Love Boat. Do you remember that show? If you watched The Love Boat, let me know in the comments, and also tell me who was or who were your favorite characters. Isaac and Julie were my favorite characters. Remember the theme song? The Love Boat, soon we'll be making another run. All right. The Love Boat, so much fun for everyone. The fictional setting of The Love Boat, the show, was a real cruise ship, and it was operated by Princess Cruises. It was the MS Pacific Princess, and along with its sister ship, Island Princess, was used for filming when needed as well. Now, since then, both of these ships have been decommissioned, but the Princess Cruise Line is known as the Love Boat Cruise Line. We are getting there. We're almost getting ready to board the Love Boat. My husband is kind of struggling there. My fault. I packed the kitchen sink, baby. And speaking of packing, I created a free cruise packing checklist with everything you actually need. No guesswork. You can find the link below in the description. Alright, y'all, we are coming up. I'm not sure if they'll let me film because of security. But here we go. Here are a few facts about the Sky Princess. It has 19 decks. Its length is 1,083 feet. Its height is 217 feet. Passenger capacity is 3,660 guests at double occupancy. It has 1,830 cabins in total. And the crew, 1,346 staff members. And y'all, here's the moment my childhood dream of cruising on the Love Boat comes true. And we are here. And we are here. Hello. Oh my gosh. Here we are on the Sky Princess. Look at this atrium. Y'all, I was blown away. Oh my gosh. This is so beautiful. Alright, that's the first look at Sky Princess. Now here's a view from the balcony stateroom that Sonia and Ray had. It has 2 chairs and a small table, and you can just sit and chill and look at the ocean views. It was nice. And we had an interior cabin. And what I like about Princess is you use your medallion and you just get close to the door and it recognizes you and it will unlock the door. It is a standard interior room. It was very nice. Here you see the bathroom. It was nicely lit. It had plenty of light. On the cruise that I went on before, it was kind of dim. Like when I put on makeup, I really couldn't see it good. But this bathroom, I did not even need to use the makeup light that I brought with me because it was plenty of light in this bathroom and plenty of space. Actually, most staterooms, the bathrooms are kind of tight, but this one I was pleased with. Let's talk about storage in this compact room. Okay, I was pleasantly surprised. Hey girl, hey. Even though they're compact, the interior staterooms are designed to maximize space and functionality. And this is very apparent that you could see the thoughtfulness that went into storage and the layout choices of these interior rooms. When we arrived in our room, these are the different documents that were in the room waiting for us. The patter, which basically just lets you know what's happening throughout the cruise on different days. So each day you receive one of those. And then we also received like invitations to the captain's circle. Make sure you take Lysol wipes or sanitation or sanitizing wipes with you to clean your room. I forgot to record the first time I did it, so I'm just doing a quick overview for you of some of the high touch point areas that I had previously cleaned. Now these are medallion holders that you stick on the back of your cell phone. I purchased these for the 4 of us. I had looked at different reviews and saw where some people use these. Some people use bracelets or necklaces, or not necklaces, but the lanyards that we were given. They were very creative, but I thought these would be good because I knew we would have our cell phones the majority of the time for taking pictures, checking the Princess app, or maybe even checking emails or whatever the case is, but the phone would be on us most of the time. And it came in handy getting on the boat, getting off the boat, and making purchases on the boat. Let's talk about muster drills. What is a muster drill? Well, first of all, know this, that it must be completed before sailing. Now, it can be done by watching a safety video on the app or TV, and you must physically check in at your muster station so the crew can scan you. And once it's complete, you're officially cleared to sail. What is a muster station? A muster station, also called a muster point, is the place on the ship where you are accounted for, you receive safety instructions, you are directed to your lifeboat or life raft if needed in case of an emergency. So every passenger and crew member is assigned a specific muster station. And after we completed ours, we were off to the buffet. What's so funny, Keith?
Gusachi.
Why are you laughing at my Gusachi?
Because it's a crazy name.
Keith is laughing at you see it? At my Gusachi. Okay, so I've had my Gusachi fanny pack for many years, and I absolutely love it. It's better than hauling around a purse. Don't get me wrong. I love a good, cute purse now. I think my Gusachi really nice. Looks nice.
It's just the name is just so comical,
It's
a combination.
It's a combination of Gucci and Versace. Gusachi. Y'all, I was so excited about being on the ship and getting to the buffet to eat that I forgot to hit the record button. Forgive me, but do trust and know that the buffet had a wide variety of food and it was super delicious. Okay, I'm sure I have footage of the buffet from one of the other days that we were on the ship. Be sure to watch videos of days 2 through 8 on the ship to see the delicious buffet. After lunch, we headed to the Lido deck where there are 2 pools, plenty of seating and lounge chairs that already have the towels, showers, jacuzzis, and we also saw other ships in port. The MSC was there and the Disney Fantasy. So we went up and waited for the sail away party to start, but alright, so we are still in port. We were supposed to leave at 3:30, and it is rolling on 6 o'clock. Yeah, so we are actually on the Lido deck, in a couple of chairs, lawn chairs right against the wall, and this is what the sky looks like now. There is the Buffalo and Pittsburgh game on the big screen right now. And we're just out here chilling and relaxing. We had lunch earlier. Oh, Keith wants me to big TV over there. Yeah. So I guess they're like on commercial right now, but yeah, that's what we're doing, and we just relaxing, just relaxing. Keith has taken a couple of naps, and yeah, we're gonna go get ready for dinner. Keith may not get dressed. There's an announcement.
Well, the last of the luggage has made it through the screening. It's been the main reason for the delay here. Today, in Canaveral, the luggage coming over late. I do apologise for that for those of you whose bags and text themselves get shut down this evening. We'll get luggage as soon as we can. They haven't been particularly sorted ashore.
No, they just need to give us some onboard credit.
To stickers just as soon as we can this evening. As far as the luggage, luggage,
all right, so I'm not sure everything that the captain said because there's a few people in front of us and they didn't bother to stop to listen. So I missed what he said, and unfortunately, they don't have a place in the app for updates. So that might be something they need to do. I might give them some advice on that. Yeah, so we're still here in Port Canaveral. We saw the MSC boat take off. I missed the Disney leaving. It was a Disney fantasy. But yeah, just I do not know what time the ship left the port. I think it was sometime after 7:30, but we went ahead, left, and then got dressed for dinner. And as you can see, honey, I was cute and comfortable. Okay. So we ate dinner in the Estrella dining room, and the food was really good the first night. I had a pear smoothie for an appetizer. I forget what they named it, but it basically was a smoothie, and baby, that thing was awesome. I had a lobster tail for dinner that night, and I'm so glad I did. Be sure to watch my video of day 6 of this 8-day cruise, and I will explain to you why I was so glad that I got my lobster tail on day 1. After dinner, I went to the Whitney Houston Songs quiz show. So much fun. Then I caught the tail end of this juggling show. That was pretty nice and cool too. Then I was off to the atrium to get my groove on. Hey, all in all, although we missed the sell-off, day 1 on board Sky Princess was a hit with me. Make sure that you turn on your notifications so that you can be notified of the next video when I talk about day 2 at sea aboard the Sky Princess. Don't forget to download your free cruise packing checklist. You can find the link in the description below. All right, y'all. Until next time. See ya.